In this video, we finish up the Penny Farthing wheel by putting the wheel back together and putting it back on the bike. Most people would consider building a wheel one of the more challenging bike projects, but just to make it a little more challenging, our rim really isn't truly round. Our spokes aren't all the same length. They're not really straight. They still have a little bit of coil from the coil of wire that they came off of. They're not all threaded the same length. The hub isn't exactly perfect. The drilling pattern in that is a little bit off as well. So this is going to be a little bit more of a challenge than what we'd normally have. Assuming that the rim is round and the spokes are all the same length, when you build a wheel, you count the number of turns you turn the nipples in so that your rim is essentially centered on your hub. That's a good starting point, and then you make fine-tuning adjustments from there. So we don't even have that going for us. So we'll be trying to figure out how to get this rim on here about as close as we possibly can. It should be kind of interesting. The first step was actually pretty straightforward and easy. Just stick a spoke in every other hole in the rim. The rim holes are offset, so there is a left and a right, and you do have to pay attention for that, but this didn't present any problems. I started off by just turning each nipple on maybe 2 or 3 turns. And after a while, I have half the spokes laced to the wheel. Of course, maintaining my lacing pattern by adding the wire ties in the last video saved me a lot of time here. It wasn't until I tried to lace the other side of the wheel that I ran into my first problem. Before, the rim was so far out of round that some spokes were considerably shorter. So after my first attempt, there were 7 spokes that didn't reach the edge of the rim. So I spent a few hours swapping spokes in and out so that I could get them all to reach. By watching the wheel rotate and looking at where it was out around the most, I pulled the spokes tighter on the side where the rim was further away from the center. After the rim was reasonably centered on the wheel, then I tightened the spokes all the way around. Then it was just a matter of truing the rim left to right so that it rode reasonably straight through the center of the fork. The rim is still pretty well out around, but much better than it was. When I re-welded the rim, I added close to 1/4 inch in circumference, enough to make the tire a real bear to put back on. But by pushing down on the wheel and forcing the tire into the rim, I was able to get it on finally. At this point, the tire just kind of popped right back in the rim, and I didn't quite get it on video, but I didn't want to pop it back out just so that I could show it on video. Our first test is a static test. Just wanted to make sure it could absorb the weight without collapsing instantly. And after a little while, we went for a slow ride and were able to verify that the wheel is considerably rounder now than it was. Thanks for watching the project, and we'll start a new project with the next video. Have a great day.